Previously on the Novympia channel. And coming up, Finland. No one likes that one, do they?
I find you very rude.
The Novympia channel is made possible by our gorgeous patrons who get access to the most unappealing crap you'll find anywhere on the whole internet.
Cue the snafu! Good afternoon, and welcome to another Novympia treat starring you girls! I'm getting a bit old for that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Eurovision. Eurovision. Eurovision 2024.
That sounded like the Gladiators theme. I don't know if you meant that. Did you?
I don't remember what the Gladiators theme was. Eurovision.
Do you remember Gladiators?
Yeah, but I don't remember
Ulrika
what the theme was,
Johnson.
though.
She hosted Eurovision once, you remember?
No.
A while ago, was it?
A long time ago, was it?
Oh, yes, and welcome to this, our annual Eurovision Top 10 video!
If you are new to our channel, my name is Nova.
And I'm Olympia, and we are ladies of the internet. Ding!
We have been doing reaction videos throughout this Eurovision season.
She's at a pool resort with Cynthia Nixon.
Every year before we started to cover the show to this extent, we always used to do a video discussing our top 10. And what we would normally do is take out individual top 10s and smush them together for like a super Novympia top
Yeah, it's kind of
12,
a bit
14,
a bit weird. So we'll just give our top 10s the kind of Eurovision ranking and then combine them together.
She is a lesbian.
But this year, that's resulted in 14 countries. So again, there's a fair amount of crossover. But we're going to just chop the last two, I think, just for time.
Last two.
Yeah, the ones that got 1 point each from us. It seems
Well,
a
just
bit...
mention them anyway.
Well, listen, we'll mention them and we'll get right into it. And just to remind everyone at home who's, I don't know, maybe not particularly au fait with how these videos go, etc., etc., this is merely just our favourite songs. And if you don't agree, that's okay.
Yes, this is just complete
Can
personal
you imagine?
opinion. This is not a prediction video. This is just personal taste.
Oh, this will be good.
Which I'm sure
yeah.
you will comment and tell us we have absolutely none of.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just hang out. I mean, let's just hang out. Okay, so look, we've given 1 point each to Greece and Czechia. Nova gave 1 point to Greece, I gave
Yes.
1 point to Czechia, and neither of us had the other one. And I will say I like Greece's song this year, and you
Yeah.
like Czechia's song
Yes.
this year. It's just a personal taste thing. I feel like Greece has a lot more chance to qualify than Czechia does. But we just like having these on. We listen to them in the car.
Yeah.
Think they're excellent studio cuts. Just like them. There's nothing more to
I was
say.
like twitching. Can you see that?
Twitching. What are you doing?
Stopped.
You're hungry, peckish.
Yes.
I think you're a bit peckish for food, aren't you? Okay, so let's go now to the country in our sort of top 10 moment here. This is number 12 and I'm so excited. This is just because we looked at our rankings again this morning and I just shifted stuff around just so I could put this in my top 10.
Oh, interesting.
This is Malta.
Oh my god, you got me on. 'Cause you're being bad things.
Oh my god, she got me on loop, de-loop, de-loop. Do you want to try and do the bit? You can pick me up.
What the?
Yeah, go on then. It worked. That will probably look terrible. I'll edit something together. This is Sarah Benici. The song is called Loop. And listen, when this first came out of Malta's national final, that's the chicken dance bit. No one was looking at this at all. I think that this was just sort of dead on arrival. Despite her being an obvious talent, she dances, she sings live, she's excellent.
We recently touched on this in our last video discussing some of the revamps from this season, and we described how much we think this revamp improved the song.
Oh my
how
God.
It made us see it in a whole new light, and now it is one of our faves. We love Sarah Benici, we love this song, and we really hope it qualifies.
God, didn't it just sneak in as well? Like, suddenly we're all just listening to Loop. And you see this on Twitter. I see people saying this. That they're just like, I'm sorry, but where did this come from all of a sudden just an absolute earworm?
Oh my god, you got me on.
We met her. She was just so charming. And I actually now think this might qualify. It's
What
still...
happens when this qualifies and Austria doesn't? What then?
It's still on
What
shaky
then?
ground, I think, because she's going first. But I do think that there is a real solid chance.
We'll have to see.
And in terms of the girl bops, I think this is up there now at this point. So I'm really happy to talk about Sarah Benici all the time. Okay, so in number 11 then, this is something that we've both given points to because this is just beautiful. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
This is Serbia. We both gave this 2 points.
Right.
I think that it's just because, and we've said this in probably every single reaction video, everything above it we just prefer it doesn't mean that there's anything about this that's bad.
There's about 20 songs this year that I actually like and I would choose to put
and we
on, so
actually
it's-
listen to.
Yeah, so it is really, really tricky.
We drove to London the
tricky.
other day, had the entire playlist on. There's barely any skips in it. I mean, this is just lovely. It's
This
so
is Ramonda
easy.
by
Theodora.
Theodora, and it's a beautiful song. She sings it wonderfully. We said before in our reaction video, this is one of the few songs that actually gets me a little bit misty-eyed. It's very emotional.
Yay!
I think it's definitely one of the stronger ballads.
Yeah, and it's not even necessarily kind of a love story. It's more about the resilience of the Serbian people in a post-war setting. And it just is very sort of triumphant and gorgeous, and everything about it's lovely. So it's literally like someone's pouring milk into your ear hole. Don't you think a little bit? Milk and
That
honey
sounds really uncomfortable.
into your cool milk might be nice. We could try it.
in your ear hole.
Just to see what it's like. Soothing.
Sounds like an ear infection.
It would be like listening to Ramonda.
Help!
I don't know what that was.
That was the song, Ramonda. Ramonda. This next one is getting 6 points, but this is all from you here.
Oh, okay.
This is Slovenia.
This is Raven with Veronica. I love this so much. I love this from the instant I saw it and heard it. I think Raven is a Quen. I think she's fantastic.
She's
I
a
think
Quen.
She's so talented. This song oozes drama and theatrics. It's engaging. It's captivating. I'm so excited to see what the staging is going to be like in Malmö, because we've been getting minimal staging so far for kind of like the pre-parties, and there was also a performance at Dora, and that is absolutely fine. I do not mind that because the vocals are great, and I do not mind waiting for Malmö, but I'm expecting a big production.
Yeah, I think we'll know a little bit about what it's like, and it might be, unfortunately, sort of in a similar area to a few other artists, which is sort of puts an asterisk on it. I don't actually now think it's as safe a qualifier as it was originally.
This is a safe qualifier.
But I will say that we saw her do this live the other day. She's one of these artists that never misses. Does it live, it's always perfect.
Flawless.
Every single
Yeah.
time. Incredible. I mean, she just literally like floats out on stage. She's so ethereal.
Yeah.
She's just like some sort of ghost lady, and she literally like floats across the stage and just kind of just goes, I love it. I don't love the song.
I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay, this is all you up again now. This one, I caught some stick for this one on a podcast I did the other day.
Oh,
this
it's Belgium.
is Belgium. So I was on a 12 Points from America podcast, and we were reviewing some of them, and Belgium came up. And, you know, Nova, this would be a skip for me. There's something about it that just doesn't hit it for me, and that's the polar opposite to your opinion.
I have to say, I
Suck shite.
have concerns for the staging and the live performance in Malmö. Not too many concerns, just that I think Musti's live vocals, from what I have seen, are a little bit inconsistent. And when I heard this and we reacted to it, a lot of people have issue with the very, very final part of the song, where it's so repetitive. And I said at the time that all I see is opportunities for ad-libbing, for real big vocal moments. And so far, we're not seeing that. I'm hoping that we will in Malmö. I'm hoping that it's just being held back and we'll see something in Malmö, because I do think it needs a few runs, a few ad-libs, a few extra belty bits at the end. I do think it needs that. But the studio track, this is just my kind of shit. I really like to listen to this. It's moody. It's theatrical. I just think it's
Nova's kind of shit.
Yeah, I love this. This is very, very Nova.
Nothing but waste and disappointment.
I want to like it. You know, this comes on and it doesn't do anything for me. I do find it a bit dirgy. I apologise, Musty. I'm sorry, because I know you follow Nova on Instagram. Nova's getting into arguments with these artists left, right, and centre. I'm not, but I want to keep it that way. So please
No,
don't.
I'm not.
Please don't come for me. Oh yeah, and the rest. Oh, and bum. Oh, and bum. What did I say that for? I just think there's songs in this arena that are gonna be doing more similar vibes, but it's gonna be doing
Is a world where if some others flounder and this is done particularly well, where this could be winner circle potential.
I don't buy that
don't
at all.
think that's going to happen. But if a bunch of others get the flu and this is performed exceptionally well, I think this does.
If you're
have
relying
potential.
on artists having the flu, then it's not a winning song.
Any other year, I think this would really, really, really be in with a shot.
Okay, we're going to move on because Nova's wishing illness on people at this point. The next country is, you might think that it would be probably a bit higher. Certainly one of the front runners, but for us it's coming in this position. I gave it 4, you gave it 3. This is Croatia.
Rim tim taggedy, rim tim taggedy, rim tim taggedy, dim dim dim.
We listen to this all the time. Like, I mean, I just know that there will be people who are watching this that are outraged that this isn't our, like, number 1 or number 2 or number 3. And we listen to it all
Yeah, we love
the time.
this.
All,
We love
all
this song.
the time.
There's just other songs I like more.
There's just others.
That's all it is.
Like, first of all, leave me alone.
I think Baby Lasagna
Send her the hate.
is so nice to look at.
Lois, my darling.
Fuck me, you'd have a go, wouldn't you?
I think he's so sweet. I love that he's a cat dad. I love all the content with his cats on Instagram.
Lois, my darling.
I love that his merch has cats all over it. I like the fact that he has lyrics that people can like shout back at him, meow cat, please meow back, and the city boys sing. There's like some crowd interaction with the lyrics. I love it when that happens.
Lois, my darling.
There's so much going
There's
for
something
this.
so endearing about him that this is like his really the biggest thing he's done in his music career.
Yeah.
I mean, before his
Well.
national final performance, he'd never performed on television before solo. So
He was just in someone's freezer somewhere waiting to be thawed out.
So I really, really like that this is, for all intents and purposes, a new artist that could win. I think that's really cool.
So if we might as well just do it now. We're talking about the winner's circle, and we're basically at this point, it's not as cut and dry as last
No,
year.
not at all.
In this position, we were talking about Sweden and Finland, and we knew they would be first and second.
Yes.
So I think it's looking like it's going to be Switzerland, Croatia, possibly Italy are going to be in that conversation. The funny thing is, it gets to a point where you have to think about who's going to get the jury points, who's going to get the televote points, and if Italy perhaps is really gunning for both, and Switzerland is also gunning for both, Croatia might not necessarily be getting a whole ton of jury points. So does Croatia actually have enough pull with the televote to win? I actually think yes. I can still see this winning, and I would love this to win. Love. Croatia have never won before. We need Eurovision in the Balkans. Get it down there and we can get all those countries back who have gone because it's too expensive.
And I understand that Baby Lasagna
Lois, my-
was the bookie sober for a long time and could very well become again soon. Like, there is still time for him to
Yeah.
rise to the top again. I'll just bash the mic.
Twatted it.
But I do very much see this as an underdog, as a dark horse, because of the story leading up to this moment where this was just an alternate song that almost didn't make it into the national final. So I really like the story we have.
I really want it to win. I think it would just be so triumphant and excellent. And people low-key want something like this, I think. After Loreen pipped Karia to the post, I think people really want something like this. The next one, I'm hoping surprises a few people, but this is all me here. I've bum rushed this. I've given this 8 points, so this is my third fave in the ranking is San Marino. Shut up. You can shut up. I love
is
this.
good. It is
I
good.
love this song. I play it all the time.
Da 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 da.
I just wish I could sing along to it, because in the end I just end up going like "Ah, noche, hit a sounding I mean, I could literally look up the words, but I've got a lot on at the moment. But anyway, this should be a safe qualifier. I think that people see San Marino, unfortunately, and they just write it off immediately
What is that?
Yes, I actually think
as a
that
country, which is a real shame.
the way we've seen this song presented so far shows that there is clearly a staging package in mind already. We have graphics, we have styling, we have dances. Like, this is going to be presented well. They know what they're doing with it. They know how to present
She
it.
sings it well.
It's performed
so
well.
catchy.
So I just don't know. I think people should not underestimate this. This is going to look good. It's going to sound good. And I think it's a rock song, but it's still radio friendly. It's still very commercial. We made some kind of pop comparisons to it before. This is going to appeal to a lot of people.
It's not like a super heavy rock year, so for that reason it might stand out, and I think it should qualify. It will struggle, not only because it's San Marino, and I think people just write them off, unfortunately, because they are a tiny, tiny country, but also because it's a particularly strong year. I'm not writing them off. I still think there is an opportunity for them to. Yeah, I don't know. San Marino, in terms of staging, you just don't ever consider them, do you? So it could just sort of end up looking a bit cheap. I don't know.
No, I've got faith in this. I really do.
I would like to see it up there. I don't know. It's just great. Wait, can Spain? I wonder if Spain can vote in that one. We should probably check that.
It really doesn't matter.
Okay, so up next, this is now 6th place.
Okay, so we're getting
we've got
there now.
2 countries. Well, I guess technically then it's tied for 5th place. 2 countries
interesting.
that got 10 points. But we'll get this one out of the way first, because this is all me giving this point. You've not given it diddly.
Oh, right.
So this is my 2nd place. Oh, I'm sorry. I will not apologise for this. This is Denmark. You will not be the stand-in. That was appalling. Sad! What have you done that for? I can see you slipping through my hands. Flat. God, I can see your future slipping through your hands.
Saba really, really does not want you to forget the name of this song.
She wants you to know that she built a castle and it was made out of fused quartz silica.
She is a sandy woman.
She is very, very sandy. A sand witch. Now listen. I listen to this all day long, but I am painfully aware that it probably won't qualify. I say that because it is dated. It's so dated. There's nothing particularly original about this song. There's nothing outstanding about the staging. I think she sings this very, very well. People are very critical of her voice, and I don't get it. I think she sounds lovely. It's a beautiful song. It's just not really doing anything in a competition context compared to everything else.
I think this song, I have no idea what Saba's back catalogue is like, but she doesn't seem super comfortable performing this song in that, like physically, like singing, absolutely, like not a problem, but she doesn't really know quite what to do on stage, and she kind of tends to just stand behind a mic stand
and then do
she
this.
loves to do that. Which is like, I don't know, maybe we need to like,
She's so young.
we need
Is
a
she
director
young?
to kind of like help her suggest a few things she can do on stage.
Might happen.
Yes. I really like that this is a young, queer, black woman. I think that's really, really cool to
Love
see.
that. Denmark are not, a safe qualifier ever. It's such a shame that if we're talking about, actually, did they qualify last year? No, they didn't. If we're talking about the countries that are really in the toilet at the moment, let's talk about Ireland,
Lesbian.
Georgia, Latvia, Denmark probably are a little bit toilet adjacent. It's another year where none of those are safe qualifiers at all. Not a single one of them is safe. I'm sorry, it's not.
Germany, I know is going to qualify, but Germany's also in that position.
Germany are a big five, Nova.
Oh, I know, but they're also in the toilet.
Oh, yeah. And they probably will also score low. But anyway, I'd like Saba to qualify. The thing I think that people might latch onto with this is there is a familiarity to it.
Yes.
As much as it's a negative thing that it sounds a bit dated, it
You
also
listen to
sounds
this and you know what it is.
exactly what it is. I
You
think
can
it
sing
will...
along to it. Sad!
Well, you can, but not everyone should, Nova. She can feel it slipping through her hand. I think it'll appeal to older people as well. So I love this. I listen to it all the time. Older mothers will like this. Old birds will like this.
Right. Is this fourth now?
This is still joint 5th. So this is also 10 points.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
This is Italy.
Annoya.
Just stop it!
Right.
Yeah, oh, okay.
God, it's good.
This has a production to it that the second we heard this, we were just like, oh shit. There's no, it might not be for you, but you can't knock the quality of it's just quality.
This girl is what, 24?
I don't know, she makes me sick. She's beautiful, her voice is immaculate. She
I
always
think
does
this
it.
is such
She's
an
another one.
Interesting song, because there is such a stage presence here, such an attitude, and the lyrics are genuinely interesting. To hear that point of view being explained in this way, I don't know if I've seen before. So it's a really interesting song. I really appreciate it. I love the way it's performed. I love the styling. Again, this is going to be a really, really well-rounded, solid package because it's already being presented in a really polished,
it's so good,
really thoughtful way. It is fun, it is upbeat, but there is also like a seriousness. There is not a story, but there's a meaning behind it. I love this.
Very,
This is
very
something for
accessible.
everyone. Yeah.
You can hear it on the radio, but there's also there's like a pop girly sort of vibe to it, despite it being elevated to something else. And there's a vocal moment that she delivers at the end. Like, there's just so many boxes ticked, and it's all done so well.
There's like a little a cappella moment, isn't there?
Isn't there? It's so cohesive. It's so cool. It irritates me that it's Italy because they're just always so good, and I don't want them to win again because 2022 was a fucking state.
I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I predict this coming third.
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite. I don't know if people will. People might just resist Italy because it is Italy, and it's a bit of an eye roll because they're always so good. I guess we could have said that about Sweden last year, but that was a sort of separate entity.
I also think there's a lot to be said, and this pattern doesn't always happen, but often we'll see alternating genders, and I think a woman won last year. I think the men have a slight advantage this year because of that. Doesn't always happen, but we do often see that, so that might also
But you know
work
what? The
against
second this comes on, it's just, oh God. I'm just into it. It's just so good.
Quanti disegni ho fatto.
And again, it's in 5th place for us, and all we've done is say how incredible it is. That just highlights how good a year it is. Next, in 4th place, this is going to anger some people probably.
Why?
France.
Oh.
Now, Nova.
Mon amour.
Oh, don't. Honestly, it makes me quiver. Slimane is borderline like spreadable. He's so hot.
Lois, my darling.
That's really not really got anything to do with it, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like he would be invited into the marital bed.
Oh my God, he's delicious. And then he opens his gob. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
We always liked this song from the moment we heard it. We still like this song. We're aware that a lot of the fandom is sick of it. I've seen people call him Slime Man, which I just think is so immature.
It's rude. And you know what? Half the people who are just throwing this hatred out there, you know, these artists are never going to see it. They're doing absolutely fine for themselves. And you can hate on something because you don't like it. But again, most people have not heard this yet, and they will not have experienced it until the final. So a lot of people's kind of narrow-minded opinions of, I'm over it now, it's boring, what's everyone saying? It doesn't really have any impact on anything.
I will say, from what I've seen, the French are really happy with this. I think he has
good.
his country behind him, which doesn't always happen with France. So I think that's really exciting to see that the French are really behind him. I think if this song is performed well, this is gonna be real up there on the scoreboard. I do think because he is such a successful, active, busy artist,
sexy,
he has been performing this song a lot recently, and you can tell his voice is tired. The last few performances of this are getting increasingly strange.
She'd know about that.
He does need to have set aside some time to rest, and I'm not sure when he's going to do that because we're getting into rehearsal season now, but he needs to really go on some vocal rest because this is not an easy song to sing. There are some really big notes towards the end here. And it's really only going to work. The way he sings it does very easily cross over into shouting, and we don't want that.
There is a slight risk of that, but I think the way he sings is so incredible. I think it will be absolutely fine.
Oh, he's perfectly capable. He just needs to be rested.
Male ballads, though, this year, because I really don't think Latvia is going to qualify. So who are we really left with? Germany's is not in that area, but I'm trying to think of anything remotely competitive just with him, though. I don't think there is anyone.
Not male fronted.
So it stands out. And the funny thing is, he was the first one to release the song.
Yeah,
so it's wild that he's ended up at the end still standing out in such a way with something that's so easy on the ears, so well done. Okay, it's very French. And listen, Jesus, it's French.
I'm telling you right now, this is going to be top 10 easy, and you can scream to the fucking walls because I don't care how much you dislike it. This is coming top 10 at least.
Right, well, don't put out shit you can't back up.
It is.
I mean, I think it probably will as well.
It absolutely is.
Someone's going to quote you saying that when it comes 12th, and then they'll be laughing at you.
Well, I'm telling you, it's top 10. I'm telling you.
And if Slimane is watching this, if it helps, I will dress like this for our date.
If you want, I'll show you me fanny.
Okay, who's next? Oh, okay. Okay, this is our third. This is the one that you've put first.
Oh, okay.
Which means I've not given this any points.
You've not given it any points?
No. Well, I'll explain afterwards. This is Switzerland.
Okay, this is Nemo with the code.
I believe is how you pronounce it correctly.
This was a bit of a grower on me. It was always in my top 5, but it is now my number 1. And I will say, the day this was released, I said to Olympia,
I want a divorce.
I could see this winning. I said that the day it was released. I said, there is something about this. This has a little bit of magic about it. It's hard to put into words, but I really, really see winner in this. I think there's something so beautiful about it. I think Nemo as an artist, this is such a personal song, but they've made it in a way that is relatable and everybody can understand the journey. I think it's expressive, it's experimental, but it stays cohesive.
But it's very organic as well. It's very, very organic. Like, it just is like a pure sort of
authentic
work of art that's come out of Nemo. I think is how you say it, Nova, but, you know, I'm not here to correct you. Now listen, huh?
Well, then don't.
Well, say it properly, please. I like this. Like, if it comes on, I'm singing along to it. It's not one of my faves, though. But it is so good that I agree. I can see it winning. And I'm not totally against that. I think it's very exciting, especially to have a non-binary artist where I think is incredible. You know, people might choose to kind of throw their money behind something which just feels very, I don't know, it's like a togetherness and will stand by something a bit different, especially in the kind of climate we're in right now. And Switzerland haven't won in like 40 years. Honestly, I think it's been about 40 years. So that would be exciting. It's not a first-time winner, but
I think she looks like shit.
that would be interesting, I think, to see it in Switzerland, especially because they were the first winners ever.
How entertaining is it to have a rap artist who can sing in an operatic style and perform both styles flawlessly live on stage? I just think that's so exciting. It's such,
but do you know,
this
it
is
doesn't
entertaining. This is just
feel
pure entertainment.
like super overdone. Like,
No,
you think
it
of,
doesn't.
like, who's
It's not too much.
which one's overdone this year, do you think? Worked it to death. Not Albania, but yeah.
Yeah.
Worked it to death, they have, haven't they? And what are you?
I like Albania, but yeah, I would
you
agree.
would. I can see this winning. It's in the conversation too. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I don't know where actually I'd put it in my ranking. It's probably a bit lower down, just because there's others I like more.
I would like this to win.
Okay, our second place might confuse people. I don't know.
Why?
Well, this is Estonia. Oh, you know what?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, there's no overthinking this. We said this to Autumn. We were like, "Oh, you're gonna love
a few people that this
Estonia.
is like
You're gonna love it." And then they thought we were joking and like trolling them, and we were like, "Why don't people see what we see in this? I don't get it."
This is another one that before it even won its national selection, when the song was released, we were both like, "This, they should pick this. This is good."
It's funny, isn't it? When you see the whole, because when we saw this, we were like, "This has the potential, I think, to win Eurovision."
Yeah.
And you might scoff at that, but it has that kind of folky appeal that people really, the televote really gets behind. Maybe not so much the jury, but it has that in spades. There's a fun dance that you can also do. It's energetic. It's that party vibe. People just like jump up and down and try and like sing along. There's a lot going for it. Maybe now it's going to slide down a little bit, but we listen to this all the time. We make no apologies
It's
for
great.
it.
I love this. This was my number 1 for a long time.
Yeah.
I think if they really want to do well at Eurovision, they have to really, really nail the live performance, because the way the kind of artists these guys are, they're not about perfect vocals. That's not really their shtick. But I think in the context of, well, that's not really the kind of music they make, but that really matters.
Sounds rude.
But in the context of the Eurovision Song Contest, I think people will be expecting a certain standard, and I think they really need to try and nail that, because then they really could be up there.
I think they sound good most of the time anyway. I've no
Not
issues
consistently.
with that. It's
Not
more
consistently.
that originally when we saw them do this live, it looked a bit messy on stage, and they managed to tighten that up the second time round. So I think they'll continue on that
I also
path.
just think there's so many of them, they need a bigger stage, so I think they'll do really well.
Mind you, how many of them are there? There must be 6. You can't have more.
There's 4 in Venus Manus and there's 2 in Poole.
Yeah, because you can't have more than 6, can you? But I think that's fine.
Shall I try and
don't know.
remember what the song title was?
No.
It was Nendest, Nakutakumidest, A Teya Me Cool Midagi.
Yeah, that's correct. I think that's right.
No.
That's right.
You were in a compilation of people trying to say it. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. There is like a meaning behind this song, but
Drugs.
the song works without the meaning. And we've said that so many times before. If you require knowledge of the lyrics to appreciate the song, I think this song has failed for Eurovision, and you don't need to know the lyrics.
You don't.
I think that gives it an interesting edge and a very interesting context, and I would encourage people to look up the lyrics to this song, but you don't need it to enjoy it.
So, the past couple of years, I think that we have had Sweden was our number one. And every time that we've done this and we've spoken about Sweden's our number one, we always get comments saying, your opinion is so basic, your taste is so expected, and we just get critiqued for it over and over again.
That Sweden's usually so stellar.
I would like to point out, though, Sweden is not our number one this year, which means it's not even in our top 10. I'm sure they're lovely guys.
Wasn't in our top 12.
14, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're lovely guys. I don't ever want to kind of listen to that, though.
I quite like it, but it's just not competitive for me.
Also, the bookies' favourites, Croatia and Switzerland, are in this, but they're further down. So I'd just like to point out that our number one this year is a little bit different. So to everyone who's always just like, oh, you always pick the fan favourite or whatever, shut up your ass.
Yeah.
It's finally happened. It took us about 7 years.
Well, this just goes to show that this year is so open, because normally the fan favourite in previous years has been, in our opinion, the best.
This is my... This is my number one. This is Nova's number 3. It's our overall number one, and it's Norway. Oh my god.
Do you want to do it?
My heart.
I thought you were going to do the Gåte.
Oh.
Ulva.
Gåte. Ulvaham.
So good when you do
Oh, I was going to do the song, though. Okay, you lead me into the song. Oh.
How does the pre-chorus bit go? The pre-chorus?
Yeah, I don't remember how it goes. Fuck me. This is our number one. We can't remember how it goes. Well, to be fair, it's hard. Okay, we can cut all of that. Now listen, you've seen us do some blind reactions, and the France one that we watched, you saw me have this kind of visceral reaction to how incredible I thought it was. I literally just kind of like gasped. I got like goosebumps
Sweats.
everywhere.
Oh.
Cold sweats, a few biologics went on as well.
Funny.
With this one, I remember they were released and we listened to them for the Norwegian national final. And when this one came on, I literally put my laptop down because I was sort of like reclining on the sofa, and I put it down and I sat up and I gasped at this. I literally was like, this to me feels like a winning song overall. There is something so majestic about it. It's kind of rock, but there's also folk cultural elements to it. The way she sings it, it's like a wail, and it's just so kind of like haunting and beautiful. But there's also, I feel like there's an accessibility to it as well. To me, it's like the most incredible piece of art, and I listen to it all day long.
It is beautiful. It was very unexpected as well. When we first heard it, we were like,
What in the hell is this, bitch?
yeah, again, this was also our favourite straight away. The same with Vies Manust. When we heard this, we were like, they should send this.
Pick that. Now,
they should send this.
We are big fans of Kaino. We really are. We've met them and we had like a little party with them once, and they're just so fun, and I love their music. I just cannot stand that song.
I like Dam Diggy Da. I really like it.
Oh, I don't want that.
I really like it. I think this was the right choice, though. I really do.
What in the hell?
Yeah, I would hate for Kaino to go again with something that wasn't like, oh, they should have gone with Monument. It drives me mad thinking about that. But we're not living in the past.
I think people are underestimating this.
Don't
I think
underestimate
people are sleeping
it.
on this. I could see this doing very well.
This has both, I think, appeal.
Yeah.
This has jury and
Also,
televote, I think.
I know in our reaction video we had a few, by the looks of the comments, you'd think that we said that she could not sing live at all, and that was absolutely atrocious.
People
we
missed
had
the point we
a
were trying to
few
make.
comments about there were just a couple of notes that drifted a little bit off pitch when compared to the studio cut, and a lot of people tried to... Oh? What are you doing?
I fell over.
A lot of people tried to get in the comments to tell us that we didn't know what we were talking about. That is the style of singing. I will say again, when compared to the studio cut, There were a couple of notes that were off pitch.
There were some bum notes there. Yeah, you'd know them.
That's probably the only time I've ever heard that, because they've sang this live several times since, and then to my ear, it's always been flawless.
And on the other side of that, though, I think it's a perfectly fine, like, there's a really great example. I want to say it was Bosnia-Herzegovina. They emitted a very loud kind of, it was like a shriek singing moment that they did, which, again, like, it was cultural. There was like a real point behind it. It wasn't that they were hitting a bum note. There was a real, but to people who don't know what that is, it's risky. So if we're trying to say that she's singing in a specific way that's kind of like almost like a wailing, if people don't immediately click and get that, it could, to a lot of regular viewers, sound like she is just wailing.
But we're not talking about the style of the singing, because this chorus still has a melody. There is still a defined melody to these notes. And when I originally said,
I can't believe we're just having this conversation again. People are just going to slag us
but I'm
off
just saying, there is a melody here. There is.
Yes,
So,
it's a difficult song to sing live. First of all.
absolutely. That's
Let's
why I
talk
think
about-
it's so incredible, because now I have no concerns whatsoever. I have
No.
every confidence it's going to be perfect. It's so electrifying to witness what is the singer's name? Can you remember?
Gunhild, is it?
That sounds right. To witness her perform this
saw
is
this
electric.
And I just want to apologise to the people around me because I just sang along to it. Did I sing?
I think I did as well.
You can critique my shrieking because it was just a howling. I will be the stand-in. That's not terrible. Thank you for coming. We reached it. That was our number one. That was it. Norway.
That was our number one. Yes. What do you guys think? What are your favourites? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Get in the comments.
Yeah, what do you think? Is there any like heavy hitters that weren't in that people might be confused about? Netherlands, soz, don't want it.
Austria.
Austria is so close to our top 10. We listened to that.
Austria is my number 11.
It's just not in our top 10. I think it might be my 11 as well.
Lithuania.
Yeah, again, we listened to Lithuania. That's
There's
grown
a lot
on
of
me.
songs that we really, really enjoy. They just others that we like more.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I'm just thinking like the real ones people really gun for. I think the Netherlands is probably the one that people are going to be annoyed at us for not including.
I don't care.
I just really don't like that one.
Finland.
Finland? No one likes that one, do they?
Yeah.
Okay. No rules! So, soz, they're not in there either. Okay, and that's it. Oh, thanks for coming. That was lovely and gorgeous.
Oh, the UK. We want to talk about the UK?
No.
Talk about
Oh,
the UK.
no. That's interesting, isn't it? Because the UK featured in our top 10s the last 2 years for the first time ever, I think. Well, Lucy Jones. But basically, we were so excited to talk about it. And yet, it's not in our... No, we don't really listen to it, do we? Well, if it comes on, sure, I'll sort of bop along to it. It just sounds like a Christmas song, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah, it does.
You have a weird thing about the bells.
The
in that
bells,
song.
I don't want them. Well, we've heard that they might be sort of moving it around a bit, but who knows? The bells.
The bins.
If you'd like to see more exclusive content from us, including our prediction videos, then head on over to our Patreon, the address for which will be arriving on screen just now. Set! Oh, that was frightening, wasn't it? I think we need to get you some food. She started shrieking again, haven't you? Remember that one summer where you wouldn't stop shrieking? You sound a bit hoarse as well. Perhaps a drink? Light drink. Beer or something. Yes, that's happened, hasn't it? And feel free to subscribe if you're new around here. Just subscribe button. Subscribe.
We're going to be doing a little final thoughts roundup after Eurovision has completed, so we can check in with you guys and just see like what happened, how we feeling.
Oh God, I mean, there's obviously a lot to talk about around Eurovision, so we'll see how it all played out. But
yes,
Christ knows.
Really interested to see how that goes down.
Some of the patrons get birthday shout-outs, Nova, including...
But not limited to.
Oh, for April 29th, happy birthday, Charlie Mill. For the 30th, Dan Gawley and Daniel O'Donovan, happy birthday, you two silly sods. For the 1st, happy birthday, Tara. And for the 2nd, it's Marky Mark and Feats, happy birthday. Oh, and then May 5th, it's Michael Anderson.
All right, that's done. That was probably real seamless and great. There's also Twitch if you want to join us for game night. hanging out, let's play some games.
New
and shit.
song.
Oh, yeah, but you interrupted it at the last minute.
Sorry.
So it's ruined forever. We're going to go now and order some grub. We're going to get
I think pizza.
very Italian.
I think.
What would you do if Angelina Mango delivered it? I'd shit.
This is Angela Mango.
Was that
With La Noire.
La Noire, which I think means black. And a black mango to our brand new patrons Cami Candy, Bart Trod, Lucas Lee, Erica, Jamie H, Felix O'Brien, Wiggy Wham Wham and Critty Cat. We did a parody of her once, do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she was such a good sport about
Yeah,
that.
she was lovely and sweet.
I have to say.
And if we do a sequel, we'll have to include Angela Mango. Join the Patron, we'll do a shot of Patron.